Hello and welcome to the Nice..ELAN OS Updating Controller Part 1 Over-the-Air Presentation. My name is Jonathan Ray, and I'm going to be going over how to add a controller to a location and update it. Right now, I have a controller that has been updated to the point that I can get it on a location and update it over the air. Updating over the air means we're prompting the controller to reach out to the network and download an update. This is the preferred way to update controllers. We're going to start by finding my controller. Here in Management Cloud, which is where we want to start, we go to Local Controllers, and we're going to scan for my controller. So this will search my network for any Nice.ELAN OS controllers. It finds this controller. This is the one that we're going to be updating. So right now, my controller doesn't have a password. We need to set a password in order to get it onto a location. So step one is setting one. Easy way to do that is just launch configurator with no password. You can see it's trying to log in and it asks me to set a system password. You can also do this on an interface that's connected to the controller. So I'm just going to set the standard 3526 password that ELAN uses in most situations. All right, so now that I have that set, I can now save the controller. So I put that 3526 password in. I want to remember the password, save controller. And what this will do is it will put it on my list of saved controllers. See right there? Over here on the right-hand side, I can edit the notes and put a note in for it. I can get rid of it, or I can create a location. When I go to create a location, it will ask me to authenticate my controller. This is why we need to set a password. So I can put in 3526. See? I hit authenticate, and my controller authentication was successful. If the password is wrong or not set, it will give you an error code. I can also scan network for a different controller if I wanted, but let's go ahead and make sure that this is authenticated, and I hit next. I need to name my location. For this exercise, I'm just going to use the controller name and just fills the controller name in there, which we could change later if we really wanted. Installation type, well, this is a commercial location because I'm here at the Carlsbad office. Project type, and we'll call this a retrofit. Installation date, that's today's date. And time zone, well, let's go ahead and scroll down because since I'm in Carlsbad, California, I got to do US Pacific. Once I have all that information in, I can hit next. Now, before I can finish creating my location, I do have to create a client. So if I were to create a new one, I would go down here and I can call this Nice.ELAN OS Training. And for the address, 5919 Seattle Place. That's perfectly fine. Contact name, Nice.ELAN OS. And let's do the classic 555-555-5. And I don't need to put in an email. You just need to add the phone. And I hit finish. All right. So you can see that they have added my controller. And now my location bubble is showing me that I can just jump to the location. And when I do, this is what I get. It gives me some information about my actual location, but what I care about is the version right here. So right now it's on 88606. If I hit this little cloud button, I can update the OTA version. And there's the current release. So I hit install.
In a live system, you would want to update the extender controller too, or else it will not function properly.
So there are some caveats with this while this is downloading that I want to get through. First and foremost, over the air needs to be a controller that is at least 8.8 or higher. So if you're trying to update a controller on 8.7 or 8.6, you're going to have to use an exe file to update it first, which there will be a video for that as well. And also, the over the air is always the latest core module. So if you have a controller that doesn't support the latest core module, such as the SC controllers, the whole G series, SC10, SC2, and G1, those wouldn't want to be updated over the air to 9.0, as those controllers don't support it. This is also the best way to update a controller if you're using a Mac, because Windows can do exe, but Mac can't, or at least not natively. You would have to run Parallels. All new SC350 and 150 controllers come with a core module on them that can be added to a location. You just put a password on there. You can't really do much with those controllers without updating them. except for put them on a location and update them over the air. So that just makes things a little bit easier for you. And controllers like the SC300, 100, GSC2, GSC10, and G1, out the box, they come with too old of a core to be put on a location and updated over the air. So you're going to have to exe update them first. This is also true of if you factory default them. So if you factory default an older controller, you're going to have to update it exe first, and then you can over the air update it, which is what I would recommend doing. If you have to run an exe and you're updating, an SC100 or 300, I would over the air update it afterwards. But the G series controllers, I would run the exe file twice to make sure everything goes to those controllers. But those are depreciated at this point, so hopefully you won't be running into too many of those. Once the OTA file has completed, the controller will reboot. You just wait for the controller to come back up. So my controller is rebooting right now. I can see its light is flashing. All right, there it is. I can see the controller has checked in with the new core module. From here, I can start my programming journey. Thank you for your time today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.